The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Dude, don't worry, I'm gonna get it. I regret this immediately. Hey guys, Trent from Cloud Defensive. Today we're going to be answering some of your questions and troubleshooting our REIN series of weapon lights. This video is going to cover a large amount of topics, so if only one section of it is applying to you, we're going to timestamp it for you, because we love you. So let's talk about mounting solutions. In the box, you get the inline M-lock mount. This thing's perfect for literally 99% of us. Tucks up nice against the rail, got a couple different mounting solutions to it, should be good to go. You can be different though. We have the old style AFR mounts. Gives you just a little bit more adjustment, kind of puts that at an offset. That could be your preference. World's your oyster. You do what you want with it. You can be really, really weird and still run pick rails. I'm not going to judge you. This one's also left-handed setup. I'm not going to judge that either. Regardless, Arasaka, Overbore, the swivel, Haley Strategic, anything that mounts those scout style footprints, you're good to go. Obviously, if you go with somebody else's mount, you should probably follow the instructions that they give you for that mount. However, if you're a visual learner and you're needing something with our mounts, we're going to link that video in the description below. A lot of these mounts, though, should install the exact same way. While we're on the topic of mounts, let's talk about where this light needs to go on your handguard. This pertains to any light, by the way, not just REINs, but this is what we're talking about. You're going to want that head of that light to be right behind the muzzle device. It just prolongs the life of the head without the muzzle device just blasting it. It also is going to help you with carbon buildup, and it doesn't allow for rifle barrel or suppressor shadow. If you're super duper concerned about rifle or suppressor shadow, you really shouldn't be, because that's dumb. That's going to piss the internet off. That is going to make them mad. Now you can mount the light forward in the muzzle device, but depending on your setup, you might need a different mount. What you don't want to do is cantilever the mount off the handguard. If the rifle was to drop, the light will be fine, the mount might bend or break. The Torrent line of mounts was never designed for this. What you're going to want to get is some sort of light bar style mount. We also don't recommend putting your REIN, or any light for that matter, directly next to your muzzle device, because every time you fire a round, that muzzle device is putting off excess heat. The excess heat makes the circuits inside think that they're going to be overheating, which causes them to step down and you lose power. It will regulate, it'll come back once it realizes that everything's okay, but you're just beating it up for no reason. Again, the REIN can take the muzzle blast. We have safety features built into this thing. However, if you have a lesser light, it might not come back. Now, regardless of if you choose the full size or the micro, you're still going to get a battery in the box. With the full size, you get the 18650. With the micro, you get the 18350. Both are going to be flat top, unprotected batteries. They are lithium and they are rechargeable. We do recommend these batteries for the full output of the light. Now the specs we have listed are with our batteries. However, you can use the button top or protected style batteries, or even those ones with the little USB-C charge built into them. You just might experience a little bit of power loss based off that battery type. The REIN is also going to be dual fuel, meaning that in a pinch you can run 2 CR123s in the full size or 1 CR123 in a micro. No matter which battery you choose, make sure that the battery jack is snug up against it for optimal performance, as we've shown you in the installation video. Redundancy features. From here, we're going to be talking about our redundancy feature. You obviously are going to get a switch out of the box. What you might not know is you also have a tail cap button. The whole purpose behind this is it's a dual circuit system, so that way if you happen to rip this off somehow, you still have light at the tail cap just with a simple click. Now what you don't want to do is cut the tail switch off, and yes, we've seen you doing this on the internet. Quit making it so hard for us to love you. We sell a cap just strictly for that. There's no tail switch on it, it's just a plug and play, you're good to go. Now on the same subject, what happens if your REIN is just stuck on? Well, that's simple. You've activated one circuit, say the tail cap, and then you tried to chase it with your tail switch, then it's causing you to do this weird dance. I promise if you just keep playing with it, you'll eventually find the circuit that you need. So your REIN is flickering. Let's fix it. Generally, this can be one of two things. Your head is loose or your tail cap assembly is loose. Let's start with the head. You're just going to tighten it down until you come to an abrupt stop where the body is making contact with the head. As far as the tail cap assembly goes, We actually have wrench flats here for a reason. Go ahead and just put a little bit of some extra torque on there. Usually your fingers can get it, but everybody needs some help. Just don't go Hulk on it. You'll also notice this with the tail cap itself. Just a little snug, and you'll be good to go. You also want to make sure that you have a good and charged battery and that the contacts on these batteries are clean of any oil or debris. These steps are often overlooked and usually will solve the issues. However, if they don't, these next steps might be for you. First, we're going to remove the tail cap housing assembly. Next, we're going to loosen the battery jack. You can use either your finger, a flathead screwdriver, or even a loose 5.56 round. Do this until you can hear the battery audibly bounce. Now tighten the head until it bottoms out on the body of the light. Now go back to the battery jack, tighten it snug until you no longer hear the battery bounce. Finally, reinstall the tail cap crown, the switch, and the tail cap ring until it's properly tight. Following these steps ensures proper connectivity throughout the entire system. We hope this video helped with any troubleshooting you might have needed. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or feel free to reach out to us at support@clouddefensive.com. Have a great night. Be safe.
Perfect.
Yay! The bloopers are going to be great. It's too bad we can't use half of them.
Yeah.